G'day everyone, I've just been doing some work to my Amarok, so I just thought I'd take a little video. If you fit 33 inch to your Amarok, that's easy. You don't really need to do too much. Whether that's a 285 or even a 305, people get away with it. If you go a little bit bigger than that, let's say a 33 and a half, suddenly you've got a lot more work. So that's what I've got now, for good or bad. I like them, but I've got a 295 70 by 17, which is a 33.5, and it's certainly not a small version of that. A little bit too aggressive, but a bit noisy, but otherwise very, very good. So I'm just going to quickly show what I've had to do. So you can see there on the back, I've got the bushwhacker flares. Normally those normally these bolts are dummies. Normally, like these ones here at the moment, they don't go through. You can see that. They're just dummies. But if you want to start making the room for these bigger tyres, in my opinion, or in my experience anyway, you're better off taking the dummies out, drilling some holes, and putting some nice stainless steel screws in. And then the flare is held on a lot better, and then you can start playing around. So basically what I've done is I've cut material away from here. Now I think some people have folded that. Good luck. It's actually about 3 layers of maybe 2mm, maybe 1.8 mil or something like that. I don't really know, I haven't measured it, but it's pretty thick. So good luck if you can fold it. That'd be nicer in a way. And so the main area for scraping is here. So what I've done is I've folded the old lip out, cut it off, and refold a new lip. And I mean, realistically, once you go this way, you're using bushwhacker flares from now on. So how it looks underneath, it's just not important. You know, if you start taking some trim off your house, or you know, you're going to find messy bits that don't look so wonderful, and it's just because you don't see it, doesn't matter. I mean, I could make this look all nice. I could have done a really neat job of that, but there's no point. No one will see it. So normally there's a one of these here, but getting it all to line up, and that's a square hole, so it's easier to just cut the old end off, and when I put it back together, I'll be able to just drill a hole again and just tap a screw in, easy as pie. So once I've let this dry a little bit, you just minus in a drip, and I'll get the flare, the inner guard back on, and the flare, and then I'll heat it with a heat gun in sections and get a wet rag. The benefit of the wet rag is it doesn't stick, so you don't end up marking the inner guard, although I did that earlier because I didn't know what to do. And it also cools it, so, and allows you to push it and reshape it when it's heated up. Now there is normally a screw that goes in here, and this is the inner guard. Now that protrusion, you can see here, the protrusion, well that one used to be like that. You've got to push that in, heat gun that and push that in. Hopefully that's enough. I'd rather that be a bit further in. Otherwise it'll hold it out too proud and you'll get rubbing. You can go without that one, or at least the solution I've come up with is to use a thick cable tie through this bottom square hole, and that means that you can adjust it in. You can just pull it in, click, 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 until it's in nice and tight. And you know, I mean, it's not perfect. I'm sure someone's got a much better, and I'll probably maybe do a neater job later on in some other way, but that's just, I need to get it going again because, you know, I've got these big tyres and I need to be able to turn corners and not rip things apart. So that's number one priority. Alrighty.